time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up of the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Yeah, we here. Yeah, we up. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Wazira Menin. Y'all already know, man. One perfect balance. Greetings and welcome to Politically Incorrect, of course, where we get it correct. And if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. And in order to correct us, you may got to give us a link. The number's on the screen. Remember, we're on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 8 p.m. usually. All right. I gonna get into that in a minute. But you can like and subscribe or tell a friend, whichever works best for you. It's all good. If you want to support the program, you already know the PayPal email address is right there. WhatsApp me 246-838-8253. Number on your screen. This is a night for you. What's on your mind today? It's a night for y'all, man. But you could believe it's Friday. Yes, I know y'all in City Rastaman in a minute. I want to first say thanks for everyone who called to see if I was abducted by aliens. No, I wasn't abducted by aliens at all. Managing some family matters and some other things going on. You know, we do have a life outside of cyberspace, you know. And yes, unfortunately, I will have to try to do a video to put up on Facebook or YouTube when I'm in a trench situation and can't get to the cyborg space. But I'm gonna work on it so that y'all would know that all is well. The aliens didn't took me and nothing like that. And so, but I give thanks to all those who called and checked on me. That said a lot. I know that spoke volumes to me personally, man. So I give thanks. But we here tonight, so I figure we dedicate the night to the people, man. What's on your mind today? Can y'all believe it's Friday? So for those observing today as their sacred day, I must say Shabbat Shalom. For those observing the Sabbath, Assalamu Alaikum to the Islamic community. Peace. Peace to the brothers and the sisters of the Moorish science. I got to say Ashe and Hotep to the conscious community. Y'all already know Rastafari, to the brethren and sisters, and to everybody else, everyone else, I should say. It's pure love and pure light. And that's what's up, man. So we going to just jump into it. I got a number of stuff I want to touch on tonight. Real quick, I ain't sticking up here for a minute. I figure I just jump on because it's been a minute and just kind of have a little meditation. So much things happening. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. I really hope I find the video because there's one in particular that I came across that I do not want to miss out on. Yeah, there you go. That's it right there. It ain't far. You can't look, family. You can't make this stuff up. So we're gonna touch it tonight. So go tell a friend real quick that Politically Incorrect. Emmanuel on you. You know what? I just realized I have no idea what I'm drinking. Tastes like pomegranate mixed with something else. I don't know. Family, the little ones, they always in the kitchen experimenting with things. I don't know. But nevertheless, so I got to say hello to everyone who's on here right now. Again, Sexy D, I see you. Greetings to you too. Sean, I see you real late this time. Good night. Say real late. Well, this is the limited edition, late edition. But I had to jump in here, man. King Alfred, I see you. Give thanks. I see you got that notification. For those who ain't getting notification, you got to subscribe. You got to click the bell. Click on all. Otherwise, YouTube and Facebook, they're going to pick when to tell you and when not to tell you. So, good night to everyone. Greetings. I'm telling y'all, man, we here. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. There's some things I definitely want to touch on. I made you. Just some questions I got to answer. I just got questions tonight. A list of questions because some things been going on. And so, yeah. That's what's up. That is what's up. Special shout out to the family in UK, the matriarch and big sis. Shout out to y'all in Canada, folks in Atlanta, folks in NYC, folks on the motherland, the whole region. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. So it's one of them kind of things. So this is what we're going to do tonight, though. We're going to do things a little different. You know what I mean? Like I said, the numbers on the screen, a number of things going on. I noticed that last time you would have seen me, we spoke about the principal of a certain school. And apparently some other parents have been coming forward. So you see, it wasn't just an isolated situation. But I guess if y'all paying attention, y'all would have noticed that as well. Other folks coming up the woodwork. Greetings, Maria. I see you. Shout out to the family on Facebook. Greetings to you, Empress. Shout out to the family on YouTube and also on the folks that's on my own personal page. This is what I'm going to do right now, though. I want to touch on some things. I asked you what's on your mind today, but I'll tell you what's on my mind. You can tell me what's on your mind. And what's on my mind is a number of things I see going on. I just got some questions I think that we need to. Well, oh man, which one do I jump into first? I think I'm gonna jump into this one first. I've been smiling all evening, man. So I think it's this one I'm gonna jump into. I think I'm gonna go with this one first. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. Let me put it up on the screen. Oh man, this is gonna be, I don't know. Let's see what happens here now. So I don't even know. Yeah, why not, man? We're just gonna jump right into it. We're not even gonna play around. We're just gonna jump into it. So y'all may know that let me put this up here, man, because I know this is gonna cause some. Maybe y'all could elaborate on it as well. Let me go to share the screen. I got an article to put up. I don't know if there's a video on it, but maybe there's a video on it. Maybe, I don't know. But it's gonna put this guy up here for a second. Just for a second. Just for a second. Just for a few seconds. And let it sink in, you know. Now, why would I have the Attorney General up on my screen? You know, there's been some things going on. Apparently, some folks have decided to file a petition in the courts in America. Now, I'm not going to be disingenuous and act like I ain't know what's going on, because I do know what's going on. But I want you to see the response. The response is the thing you got to look at. And, you know, Mr. Attorney General, again, man, I don't know. Like, maybe there's a set, you know, maybe there's protocols on how to do these things. Maybe y'all do like training and stuff, so y'all have an idea up front of how you plan to tackle these matters. But AG, government to stand by controversial cybercrime bill. I maybe I should go to the one before. I think I should go to the one before. Yeah, in fact, I'll play that one. I'll play that one. But this is the cybercrime bill, which we all have known was it's been in the media now for a few weeks, for a little while. And although some folks might not really pay attention to it, obviously those who are on social media advocating against a government or political ministers of some form or fashion would be somewhat concerned, especially because according to the bill original draft, which I thought was a complete distraction hoax, because I mean they just took so much of that out that what was an issue is clearly not an issue. But needless to say, this is what I want to focus on. What his response was to this particular set of controversial. So he goes as far as saying this. Just to be clear, the government confirmed Wednesday that it will defend its controversial cybercrime bill listen to me carefully, at a hearing before the Washington-based International American Commission on Human Rights. This is known as the IACHR. In November, Attorney Dale Marshall revealed that the hearing scheduled for November the 11th follows a challenge filed by a group of Barbadian citizens calling themselves the Loyal Opposition, who argue that the bill threatens freedom of expression. Now, so far it doesn't sound loyal oppositions have been, we know who that is, and we understand the cybercrime bill has been in contention. We do know this, but now they're citing human rights violations, which is good to some degree. But you got to check what he does. This guy is, I'm telling you, they must be a class on how to be a minister in Barbados 101. So this is what he says. I do confirm that a hearing is scheduled before the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights for November 11th. Now listen carefully. This is what he's saying. This is his response on November 11th. We became aware of the documents being filed at the commission on September the 30th when the Washington office received the communication. It then came down to Barbados, and we actually received notice in our office on October the 1st, Marshall told Barbados Today. And by the way, shout out to Barbados Today because I grabbed this off their page. But if that wasn't sufficient, that's straightforward. Well, we didn't even know. We got the message from them on October that somebody had filed, this is what is going on. He act like he don't know who's the loyal opposition. This is funny. He further explained, this is the thing here though. Now this is where now you got to study this thing here on a different level. This is what he does now. He further explained the nature of the hearing. Now, why would he feel the need to do that? You have a group of individuals in your country. You are the Attorney General, which, by the way, general is a military term. I'm just saying. So perhaps he needs to be court-martialed, which is another conversation, but I'll get to that perhaps a little later. But he further explains the nature of the hearing, emphasizing this guy, I'm telling you, the attorney, I don't know. I know Barbadians are, we're really resilient people, and folks are working, keeping their roof over their head and stuff. Most people you can't get into politics. I ain't want nothing to do with this. But choosing to be neutral in the face of oppression means that you are supporting the oppressor. Choosing to be neutral in the face of oppression means that you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Let's be clear about that. He further explained the nature of the hearing, emphasizing that the IACHR, now listen, he juxtaposes. Now this is where I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. I'm going to explain in a minute. Unlike the International American Court on Human Rights, issues recommendations based on human rights concerns. But these are not enforceable. Wait. Let me get this straight. Now, first, I want to say thank you because, he makes it clear for the loyal opposition, if they were not sure where to file and how to file, there's ways to do things. There's network, talk to certain people who might have prior knowledge, who might know a bit more about these things. And so, but what he does in an effort to almost undermine the whole thing is like, well, yes, they filed it in the IACHR, but they should have filed it in the IACHR on another level, because what he's saying is this: unlike the Inter-American Court on Human Rights issues recommendations based on human rights concerns, these are not enforceable. So he's saying that the court that they filed this in, that deals with human rights concerns, only make recommendations. And even if they came and said, well, Mr. Attorney General, we find that your bill is unconstitutional and needs to be revamped because it does violate the rights of the people of Barbados. He is as bold as can be that even before November 11th or 12th or 13th, or however long the hearings are going to take to come to a conclusion and make recommendations, the Attorney General already saying, listen, look, it don't matter what they say, no, because there's no way to enforce these recommendations. They can only make recommendations. It is important to make that distinction. This guy is a classic. I'm telling you, you can't. He says it is important to make that distinction. We are going to have to defend our position on the cybercrime bill before the commission, but this would be in the nature of a dialogue with them. You only go in there and tell them really see what's going on, you know. You're having a dialogue with them, and while they can issue recommendations, it is not going to be binding on us in any way. You believe this? Look, I don't know. Look, man, family, if it's me, let me know it's me. Because somebody tell me, man. Somebody come talk to me, man. Let me check my inbox, man. Let me see what's going on here in the comments. Because I can't believe this. Greetings to you too, Andrew. I see you. Greetings, Regina. I don't know personally if y'all understood what he just did. Because what he's saying is that we're gonna have a conversation with the courts. We're gonna have the commission. We're gonna sit down and talk with them. And even if they make recommendations to us, he's saying it is important to make that distinction. We're going to have to defend our position on the cybercrime bill before the commission. But conjunction, this would be in the nature of a dialogue with them. And while they can issue recommendations, it is not going to be binding on us in any way, he says. In other words, regardless of what they say, right? We ain't got to change jack. Full stop. He said the Attorney General also noted that this was the first time the government was made aware of the identity of the petitioners. Previously, the IACHR had declined to disclose their identity, but the group has since identified themselves. We only now know who the petitioners is because they have said so, Marshall said, while stressing that the government focus is on defending the bill, which he noted was thoroughly reviewed by a select committee led by Edmund Hinkson, MP. The committee, Marshall explained, had taken into account several recommendations from various contributors, and adjustments to the bill had already been made. So what he's saying is, man, I'm gonna waste him with the time, man. I'm gonna waste him bare time. Well, Mr. Marshall, let me say this, and the folks from the loyal opposition, let me say this. Make no mistake about it, because at this point, Mr. Marshall is basically saying, before he even get to November the 11th, that y'all file this basically in the wrong place, because all they're going to do is sit and listen to us. We're going to have a conversation, and even if they find something wrong with it, all they can do is make a recommendation. And after making that recommendation, we are under no obligation, because there's no one to, let me quote it correctly. Hold on. Let me go and quote this correctly. Let me go and quote this. He says, let me go back up. Oh, here it is. He said, he further explained the nature of the hearing, emphasizing that the IACHR, unlike the Inter-American Court on Human Rights, issues recommendations based on human rights concerns, but these are not enforceable. I want you to look at that word real quick there, right? And this is what I have to say now to the loyal opposition, which is basically what I've been saying from the jump. How to put this here in the most discreet manner, right? So as not to have anybody misinterpret what I'm about to say. You know, they're quick to want to misquote me, put words in my mouth. Let me say this without missing any punctuations or syllables, structure or whatever, syntax, whatever you call it. The fact that he had the audacity, right, to come out and say that the court basically is a recommendation thing, and they don't have no authority, period, and there's nothing or no one to enforce these recommendations. What I'm going to say now to the loyal opposition is, in light of what he is claiming, that basically the court don't have no jurisdiction over him. The people of Barbados is who have jurisdiction over him. And therefore, if there's any recommendations made that have merit, and I'm sure there are a few that might very well have merit, and the Attorney General come forward telling, acting as if he feel proud that he went there and had a dialogue with the people in America on human rights violations, and then basically came back here and feel that nobody can enforce them. Then this is when you're going to have to ask yourself some serious questions, family. Are you going to become the enforcer? Because if you're not going to become the enforcer, then, it don't even make no sense going. And I ain't saying that to say you shouldn't go. I'm saying that to say y'all got to think beyond America. Because once you come forward from that, whatever the outcome is, enforcement is going to be necessary. So folks got to make their mind up at this point, whether this, lines are being drawn. And as far as the loyal opposition / Ralph Thorne / whatever else name you could put behind that, see the enforcement part though? If somebody's violating your rights, like if somebody's standing up on your foot, for example, you're in a bus, crowded. You understand the bus crowded, okay, people pushing. And somebody stands on your foot. All right, you don't have much room to move. But if the person, after being told, excuse me, sir, you could step forward a little bit, you got enough room, but right now you're stepping back and you're on my foot. And the person looks at you and say, well, I appreciate your dialogue. Appreciate the dialogue. And in fact, your recommendation that I move off your foot is noted. And the person stay on top of your foot. What's the next best thing for you to do? Well, let me phrase that. You have options. You got to pick which of the options is the best thing for you to do. Depending on how much pain you could bear, you might hold on to it because you get up at the next couple of stops. Or you might got to excite the bus by your actions, man. Not because you want to, but because this individual refused and got the audacity to tell you that you can't enforce the movements that you're requesting. So it is food for thought. It's food for thought. But I actually want you to hear him say certain things. Because I think, that's when things kind of hit home differently. When you hear, this is seeing is believing, right? But hearing is another thing, man. Seeing and hearing this, something totally different to the human mind and psyche. Totally different. Let me see if I could drop this off. Barbados to defend cybercrime bill before IACHR. I can almost hear Ronnie Clark right now. Starcom Network. I'm going to play this little clip right here, family. Allow me this one, man. Allow me this one.
This really is a hearing of a general nature, and I need to make it clear that the Inter-American Commission is very different from the Inter-American Court. The Inter-American Commission will hear issues of a general nature, but the purpose of those hearings is to receive information on human rights situations in connection with specific topics and issues. And it can issue recommendations in respect of those rights. But it is not to suggest that what the Commission says would be binding. I think it's important to make that distinction that we are going to have to defend our position on the cybercrime bill before the Inter-American Commission, but this will be in the nature of a dialogue with them. While they can issue recommendations, it's not going to be binding on us in any way.
You believe this, man? It is not going to be binding on us in any way. The people of your country the people that elected you, let me phrase that that's going to sound wrong. The individuals who probably did not vote for you in the first place are saying that what you're doing is wrong and that you need to address some of these concerns. And you're saying that you sat with the select committee, and based on their recommendations, you feel you got it covered now, y'all moving forward. And the folks are still saying to you, hey, hold on a minute, we are still saying you're wrong, and you're still going forward. Now they go into this court, and you come out talking like this. The one thing I want y'all to realize, though, is that the Attorney General is wise. So he's almost navigating their footsteps in the right direction. And I hope they picked up on that. Because albeit that he's now claiming that this right here is a waste, understand there's a way you got to file documents when you're dealing with the courts in America. And if you file them in the wrong way, you could almost shoot yourself in the leg. Even if you have a legitimate claim, there's a way to go about it. So at this point, you got to exhaust all the different areas first. But for him to say the Inter-American Court is a court we should be in, well, hello. I mean, okay, well, let's get to it then. Let's see what he has to say here.
My understanding from the Select Committee Chairman, Mr. Edmund Hinkson, is that the bill was fully examined by his committee. They took into account many of the recommendations of the individuals who appeared before them, and they have actually agreed to changes. So one of the things we're now looking at is to see whether some of the things that have been complained of by the petitioners have not already been dealt with by the Select Committee. Nonetheless, there's no objection on the part of the government at all to participating in the hearings. We've always been a consultative government. The Inter-American Commission is strongly supported by us.
Strongly supported by us. So let's you know, I don't get me wrong. He's almost telling you how this is going to go. He's almost literally telling you how this is going to go. Because in reality, this isn't just Barbados doing this, you know. This is being done all over for obvious reasons. And that's why I keep saying we got to make up our mind about this individual standing on our foot. We can keep appealing to this individual all we like. They're not listening. You're standing on my foot, man. And even if your bus stop approaches your destination and you want to get off, and this individual got your foot pinned to the floor, you're liable to miss your stop. So you gotta have to make some decisions how you plan to enforce your recommendation. And that's a conversation that might be uncomfortable, man, but it is necessary. Greetings, family. Greetings from the whole Clark family. We see you. They said they have become so arrogant with their accountability that they feel that they are untouchable. I mean, Mr. Marshall, in all due respect, man, loyal oppositions, if they are a group that claim that they don't like what's going on and they approach, and you're claiming that you already addressed their issues in Parliament, you're claiming, I don't know, or well, some of them anyway. If they're still having issues, then, you know, how you get to the point where the bill done going through and they still, because obviously your guy, you'd say you trust your guy. Somebody lying, bro. Because if he say, unless, well, I won't say somebody's lying. That doesn't sound right. Let me just say that something missing, something ain't right. But, you know, I let you speak in your own words, because when your whole demeanor on this is like, you are unfazed, man. Unfazed. They done brought Barbados to a whole different level. And by the way, there are a lot of people who pay attention to the court. The IACHR, there are folks who pay attention. If Barbados is found violating human rights, and you got your boss, Miss Marty, out there talking about violating, international rights, small countries and climate change and so on and so forth. Now, how that gonna make y'all look, bro? You should have humbly said, yes, we got the invitation. We're going to go and we're going to see if we could come to an amicable resolution. That would have been the best thing to say. But no, you're going to come out and you're going to be so bold, man, as to insinuate that they went the wrong direction. I mean, you're almost giving them free legal advice at this point, which I totally appreciate. Don't get me wrong. If that were the case, whoever was just guiding them should have known that as well. I'm not sure, should have known that, but that's all right, because they can go there, get the recommendation, then go to the other court since no one's going to enforce them. Well, let's go to the court now. Who can? Well, we'll see how that goes, though. Let me see how that goes. And the funny thing is this, though, man. The one thing about outing fires, right, is that you gotta decide what is most important. And the firefighters who would actually deliberately start a fire in an area that's burning to out a fire. And I'm gonna let that sit there for a second before I touch it again. But yeah. Greetings, family. Peace to you too, family. Pedro, greetings, my brother. He telling we them should already know. Them got legal advice. Come on, man. You know that. You know that well enough. They already spoke. They already had a conversation. And so the thing is, I can only imagine the image he's painting of the loyal opposition, because obviously they have to respond. And so they have to, like he said, defend. So it's ought to make for a good conversation. But what's more important is the advice he gave, though, in terms of where to go. And so I think that's where they should have gone initially. But we see. Nevertheless, let Barbados play this game, because that's what's happening. They're playing this game. They're playing this game of comfort on the plantation. Massa, we don't want you to take away our rights totally, just some of them. And I maintain this, and I've been saying it for a while. While all this is going on, family, as far as I'm concerned, it is the biggest distraction from what is really going on. What is really going on. And I cannot not speak on it. So, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, is pure distraction, man. Pure distraction, like the card tent scenario. What else is going on in Barbados right now that the government is allowing this whole thing to play out the way it is, as if, like I said, they're completely unbothered by it. Really. Why? Let me show you why they're unbothered by it. Let me show you why. Because this is what's going on the other side of the coin, right? While we discussing the right to speak, which is important, and I don't personally need to ask anybody the right to speak. I'm gonna say what I say regardless. I mean, that's just me, though. Anybody can't be like that, and I get that. So you must advocate for those and create an umbrella for those who don't have that ability. Totally agree. But let me show you what else is going on, family. Let me show you these. Let me show you. The national anthem has a verse in it, right? The verse says, what it says. Can anybody tell me? We write our name on history's page with expectation, strict guardians of our heritage. So, all right, so I ain't too familiar with it. I ain't really know it like that. Oh man. Okay, let me put this up on the screen, man. The fields and the hills beyond recall are now under siege. In fact, I'm going to touch this cautiously. Okay, I'm sure y'all would have seen this though. So let me just go ahead and post this link. Let me just go ahead and post the link so y'all can read this. All right, so I post out there. Yes, Pedro, he is the defendant back there on that Attorney General situation. Definitely. Let me put it this way. So the field and hills beyond recall are now under siege. I didn't get the link yet, but there's a documentary. I think it's on JS. I got to go get it. I'll probably get that for y'all over the weekend. But there's someone going on Barbados apparently. I guess they work for the government. And they're showing you all the derelict buildings, all the abandoned homes. You know how they come in there and they claim that, oh, they're full of rats and all kind of stuff. So what they're doing is they come in and they're cleaning it up, and they bulldozing in some cases and moving these homes and dumping the stuff and so on. And obviously then they got to recoup the money costs to clean the trucks, manpower, excavator, bulldozer, whatever, costs money. So when they put this cost on the owner of the property, and then the owner of the property, if they're not, still with us, and they, let's just say, out of country, out of touch, whatever. Then what happens when the bill is due and the people can't pay that amount? Does the government take it? A lot of things are going on in Barbados right now regarding the land in Barbados. A lot. And I think it's important that we recognize what is going on regarding the land. I'm not saying don't pay attention to all the other stuff going on. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is that there's a lot of things happening when it comes to the land. One of the things we got to start paying attention to is just that, the land. Because without land, and I can't tell you what to do. Wait, somebody say good night. My eyes shutting down. Well, the good thing is that YouTube should be up in the morning unless somebody report this. Let me just give you all an update. My page have been bombarded with reports for the last couple of weeks. Consistent reports on a number of things, even videos I did years ago. I'm not getting notifications about reports and deleting videos and that kind of stuff. Well, we always expected that, so I can't say we but there are hundreds of videos, so unless they shut them all down, we in the building. But this is an interesting article. We're a food day theme, right to food for a better life and a better future. Her theme was right to food for a better life and a better future. That was the World Food Day theme. That was the World Food Day theme. While we are here discussing rights and whatnot, family, I want y'all to realize when y'all go shopping now, do me a favor. Pay close attention to two things. Well, one thing, but in two ways. Let me put it that way. Pay attention to the food in supermarkets. Yes, that's the one thing. But in two ways. Pay attention to what you're not seeing, how regular you're not seeing it, and also to what you're seeing that is different than what you used to seeing. Sources, food being sourced from different markets now, because obviously the market you knew before don't have it. So they're different brands all of a sudden. Promising to do the same thing, of course. Or the same brand being made in a different country. Start paying attention and you'll realize, family, that something is amiss. Something is amiss. All I'm saying, right, is that yes, we got to pay attention to all the different bills, all the stuff that's going on. Yes. But let us not get caught up in the political illusion of inclusion. Political parties come and go. Like I said, all ministers get voted out. All prime ministers are voted out, except for, I think, one who died in office, who transitioned in office. Apart from that, I don't know of any other. But every single one of them, from Tom Adams, Errol Barrows, Sandy Ford, Owen Arthur, Frondell Stewart, me and Montley, Did I get it correct in the right order? If I did, I'm surprised. Really, I don't know if I butchered that. My point is, they all was voted out, regardless of how they came into power and what they were saying. They were voted out. It said not Tom. Tom wasn't voted out. Roderick said not Tom. Help me here with Tom. You got to correct me on that one. And then got the agricultural land in Bush. Man, look, Pedro, it look. Wait a minute. A lot of plastic. Bar plantation was water running in the sea, and the fertile land is in Bush. Again, family. I mean, Tom died in office. Oh, Tom died in. Yeah, okay, got you. I remember that day, that whole big funeral and stuff. I remember the day of the funeral. I was young then, or younger, I should say. But thanks, Roderick. So Tom died along with David. Interestingly enough, I find they seem to probably have very similar demeanors, which is quite interesting. So there you go. So, and in fact, he died in office, yes, but I've heard some rumors about how comes, involving them folks from Cross. This so, the folks I mean. Nevertheless, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that the food family, I ain't knocking, don't get me wrong. Everybody talking and putting in their work. Everybody got a role to play. Everybody got their calling. I'm all for it. Like I said from jump, I ain't opposed to nobody. People doing what they're supposed to do. Because had Miss Martin up been doing what she's doing, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I might be going for a lot of other folks as well. So the reality is this, though. Why are we doing this? Keep an eye on the food family. I'm telling you, man, don't get caught like the 5 virgins, man. Everybody show up on time, but nobody factored in the siege. Yeah. The fields and the hills beyond recall are now under siege. Let me tell you something, right? Y'all understand what the media is for? Boris Day is a media house. It's a media. And the role of the media is to keep the people in a certain state of mind. Huh? Hence, you can't trust the media. So that verse, these fields and hills beyond recall are now our very own. That's the verse I remember. But when they got the gall again, along with the AG, to print these fields and hills beyond recall are now under siege. Okay, man. I hope my people paying attention. Hope y'all paying attention. So, like I said, I ain't gonna stick up for a minute. I had to come on and touch them too. Oh, I had another thing I had to touch. I got to touch this. I got to touch this. I got to touch this. Hang on. I got to touch this. I ain't done yet. So this one, let's do this video first. I got to do this one. And this one here, I got to do this one. I cannot not do this one. I can do the other ones, but I'm definitely going to do this one. This one is for obvious reasons, man. So, y'all may be aware also that this week had a lot of activity, a lot of new justice of peace. Well, individuals got sworn as justice of peace. How does one become a justice of peace? First of all, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's merit, and it has. I just wonder how do you sign up to be a justice of peace? Do you do a test like driver's license, and you got to answer some questions about I don't know what kind of questions you have to answer, but I just wondering. But I did notice that Mr. National Security himself, his wife, because anybody know that name, business executive, by the way, I mean, sworn in as justice of peace. I don't get me wrong. I mean, if I were her, I probably would have told hubby, look, hubby, nah, I can't take that. It's gonna look like you showing favor or they showing favor to me because I'm your wife. But anyhow, let me let this play for a minute.
Ms. Abrams, tell us how you feel being conferred with this honor of Justice of the Peace.
Well, exactly as you said, it's an honor. Any opportunity to give back and serve Barbados is an honor and a privilege.
And I mean, I might be a little far-fetched in asking how is it going to go. As Minister Abrams said before, it's just below probably a magistrate in the community, given that all the responsibility that comes along with being a justice of the peace.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Let's go back there a little bit. A little below a magistrate.
Any opportunity to give back and serve Barbados is an honor and a privilege.
And I mean, I might be a little far-fetched in asking how is it going to go. As Minister Abrams said before, it's just below probably a magistrate in the community, given that all the responsibility that comes along with being a justice of the peace. I know the president as well would have said that you're not to take it lightly, being bestowed the honor. In terms of those words, how do you feel about that? Because I know sometimes we get these honors and then we kind of go haywire a little bit, but how do you feel about that and those words specifically?
Take them to heart. I mean, absolutely, you must take the privilege seriously. It's about being accessible, and it certainly is about making sure that you treat with each person that comes to you for help equally, and then definitely referring persons where your powers are limited, where they can actually get help. So again, it's about being of service to the community.
Being of service to the community. A little below a magistrate, justice of peace. Look, man. Them is some powerful posts, man, according to the establishment. And so just out of curiosity, man, how that, Wilfred, I mean, I can call you Wilfred, because this is a personal thing here. They said, how you pull that one off, big man? Yo. Man, right in plain sight. Pedro, wait, hold on. Party affiliation or family. Well, she's his wife. Well, to my knowledge, I don't know. I can't get into your business. I don't know, but I just saying that. Well, it was her and a few other individuals as well. I just thought this was interesting that she is the CEO, if not mistaken, of Digicel Barbados, if I am not mistaken, unless she has been since then, reshuffled. I don't think that's the case, but she is the CEO of Digicel Barbados, the so-called bigger, better network. If that's really the truth, I don't know. But I mean, they get paid by that. But I guess they get paid for that too. If you're a little below a magistrate, you must be getting a salary of some sort. And so again, family, I'm just saying, man, boy, they be doing this in plain sight, man. Meanwhile, while they doing all this, Miss Abrams, just for the record though, can you find it possible to get into these schools? Have you seen all the fights going on in the schools? I got your first assignment here, Miss Abrams. Go into the schools, right? Get some tablets from Digicel. Probably about let me say about 10,000 tablets from headquarters, because y'all making crazy millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. We know what's going on. Get about 10,000 tablets, go into the schools, and you're going to have these tablets outfitted with programs, learning programs. And no, it won't be able to access, certain websites, obviously, because they're going to be, because you don't want the children to be just scrolling. But outfit the children with some equipment based on their interests. So you find out what they're interested in. So if one guy is interested in carpentry, you outfit his tablet specifically designed with all the components to help him enhance his ability and skills in carpentry. With your traditional English and math, of course. Even able to go online, certain publications on carpentry, access certain books on carpentry, everything to do with carpentry. carpentry.com. You feel me? Maybe it's in the mechanics that your man gets a tablet that's outfitted, specially catered to his needs. And we put them in a way where we could put something more wholesome in their minds, that different games perhaps that are tailored to engage them and encourage them to want to study and pursue their desire, their particular desire. How that sound, Mr. Justice of the Peace? In order to keep the peace, because the schools ain't got no peace. So that's I think that should be your first assignment. I'm sure your husband, Mr. Abram, will endorse this initiative and maybe, make something happen, man. I do say I'm hearing a Jamaican twang. I think she from about here, yeah. By way of, you know what? I ain't sure. I don't know if she's another Kamala, but maybe not. Maybe just, I don't know, man. Circumstances, I suppose. Hold on. You complete the application, attach supporting document, forward it to the AG, then cabinet makes a consideration in Barbados. Oh, really? Okay. Supporting documents. Okay. All right. Fair enough. If that is the case, you can see where they are going with the cybercrime bill. Okay. But I had to put this on in case y'all didn't see this, family. I just wanted y'all to recognize this one. Let me put this link up in case folks want to go and listen to her again, just in case you think I wait, hang on. Let me just go back here a bit.
Outside.
Yeah, that one right there. That was a bit. Let me see if I can pull that off. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put that one up for you, family. There was one more. I think there was one more. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's one more. But this one's a little different. It's not necessarily related here locally, but I just felt that I should definitely share this as well. I think I was supposed to. Let me just make sure that I go ahead and get the right one up, and we could jump up out of here, man. Amber said a lot of nonsense going on in the schools too, because my son's school was closed half day yesterday with no notice and no explanation as to why the school closed early. Wow. Ross, I thought you said me I got to do what she have to do. Them tablets have to have sex. Oh man. On them. The global norm. Oh man. No, man. You can't put that on the tablets for the young ones. No, I'm just saying the reason I said it is because a lot of our young people are at school, and in reality, a lot of them, and I think Empress just said it too, a lot of stuff going on in schools with no explanation. The reality is a lot of the youths at school ain't really engaging the way they ought to. Some, yes, some children doing exceptionally well. And I commend them. I met a young man a couple of days ago. He's at Alien School. He's in 5th form. He was explaining me the works he wanted to do. And it was like, his second name was Micah, actually. And he was on point. He was very confident in what he was explaining in terms of him wanting to be an engineer and whatnot. I started to break down what aspect of engineering. And I was looking at this young man, impressed, from Alien School. I didn't get his full name, but his name is Micah. He's in 5th form. He said, "Yeah, I'm one of the brightest." In fact, what got the attention? I know we were waiting in line in the queue. We were buying pizza, to put it that way. But I know he asked. We were talking. Something he said that got my attention. I said, "Okay, and how's school, man?" He said, "Oh, school good, man." I said, "Really?" He was all excited, Then he said that I'm one of the brightest guys at my school. So it was his confidence, though. I'm not saying he is or he isn't. It was his confidence that I was like, yeah, you know what? So we had a healthy conversation, and he explained the engineering and stuff. My point is, we got to invest in our own, because a lot of young men feel that they're not being invested in, and what is getting their attention. And adults know that children's minds don't develop fully. So the adults know the children really ain't the ones to blame. It's the forces outside that's manipulating the children to go in a certain direction. I mean, this is basic child psychology. Yet we keep blaming the children. Give them the tools they need and let's build a stronger nation. That's just, that's basic. But Justice of Peace, you got your first assignment. Let's see what happened. Get the children the tools they need to go and get things done, man. And that might be on a condition, based on school and your work performance, So the more you perform, you can unlock aspects of the tablet. So it's incentivized. So you got the incentives to go ahead and do work and learn, because the more you do work and learn, you get to access different features on the tablet. How you beat that? Free Wi-Fi? Yes, Digicel, free Wi-Fi. Since y'all really care what the children of this nation, next generation. Yeah, let me get it happening. But anyhow, family, that was that one. But the last thing I want to share with y'all is this video I came across. This is from 7 days ago. And I'm really only sharing this because of the information in it. I know a lot of folks on my page and people that I interact with, and those who actually would watch Politically Incorrect, will fully grasp where I'm going with this. For those who are now watching this for the first time, or if you're new to the page and you're not familiar, I don't go into too many topics on a certain level. However, I'm going to share this. Part of this, I'm part of the link. I won't get in it too much, because I don't want to take from this brother's page per se. But I'm sharing it hopefully to give attention to his page. You can go and watch it on his page when you get a chance. But I'll put some clips of it. It's 19 minutes long, but once you see it, you'll understand where I'm going with this. Because, everybody talking climate change and different things are happening. A lot of things are happening, family. And while we are being caught up with a lot of paper world activity, which, by the way, is on its way out, our physical world is under siege. I need us to pay attention, family, to what's going on. So I'm just going to play part of this. Like I said, this is episode 1. It's ARPA, weather manipulation, is basically what this says.
Is the United States government...
Let me go back here a bit. So he's going to speak in this initial stage. And like I said, I won't play the whole thing. And just for the record, though, let me go back here. This page is the Amplex page, so you know what it is. See it right there, the logo. So I'm sharing this information. Go check this page out. Go listen to this entirely. In fact, I ain't gonna tell you all that. Those who know, I ain't gotta tell y'all. Y'all know what time it is. This is at that point in this stage show, because it's a show, but it's about to reach a climax. Pay attention, family.
Is the United States government manipulating and, even worse, controlling the weather using NEXRAD Doppler radar installations? It sounds like a conspiracy theory until you realize the U.S. government has these installations all over the United States. Watch.
Was Hurricane Helene's path and behavior just the result of natural processes and climate patterns, or was it manipulated? The circular blue flashes seen in this video are frequency transmissions from the NEXRAD network of transmitter installations. All available science evidence makes clear that atmospheric frequency transmissions can and do have a repelling effect on air masses, especially if and when the air masses have been seeded with electrically conductive nanoparticles. The brighter the blue flash from a frequency transmission installation, the more pronounced and powerful the repelling effect on any air mass or storm in the vicinity will be. Where there are no blue flashes, there is no transmission, thus no...
Okay, so like I said, when you get a chance, the link is right there. I posted it just now. Go take a look at it. Go see for yourself and put some thoughts into it. This clip, as I said, is 19 minutes. And what they start to explain, look, man, you cannot make this up. We recently had an experience with a hurricane rather, called Beryl. Go watch this link, people. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying nothing. I'm saying just go watch it. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, don't get caught up in the paperwork. Don't get caught up. AG got the audacity to try to give you a verdict before the hearing, the dialogue, then claim the verdict don't make no difference when they can't tell me nothing. Wow. That's where we live in. And here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Don't think that this is isolated to Barbados. Go look through the region, go look across the globe. You see what's going on, man. Let's not be naive in this thing, huh? There is no one coming to save us. If they are, we got to first get up and save ourselves, family. We got to do what we got to do, man. It's that simple. So go check this out. See what's up for those who are interested. And yeah, we gonna get back at it at some point. In the meantime, and in between time, I know y'all be shy, but we ain't gonna touch on it tonight. The lines was open. I know the phone was ringing because in fact, I ain't even had it out. But you know what's going on, Pedro. I know you know, man. I know you know what's going on, man. These people manipulation, Mother Nature, big time. Like King Alfred, like I said, man, look up the first phase of MAG Magpie weather experiment, which was conducted here by the U.S. Navy 18 months ago. Yes, for sure. For sure. I think I had that up last week on the page too. I think I did mention that a bit, Pedro. And that was phase 1. Yep. We don't know what else they've been going on. Right after that, we had a category 4 hurricane. Look here, man. Family, all I'm saying, right, is that time here, family. The man said it. There's no one to enforce the recommendations. Look. So if you don't know what I mean, right? Family, get information and get information. Straight up. Because you see what time it is, man. On that note, I hear powder here was an hour. Why not? It's already 11 o'clock. We ain't sticking up tonight. We're going to connect next week. Oh, by the way, yes, I must explain one thing. We did have a special guest, and they're having some challenges with some other issues, so you know how that go. So we always patient and politically incorrect. We'll see how it turns out. But politically incorrect is politically incorrect, though. So it's that kind of environment. And family, it was good having you all the time, sharing the energy and synergy. And the synergy, stay focused on what's most important, which is prep. Prep, family. When you want to cook, you prep. Just start prepping. Pay attention. See the writing on the wall here? Prep. Get caught up. Somebody said, me only getting there and talk when they ain't doing nothing. Oh, yeah? Boy, that's not even arrogance, man. Like, I wouldn't even mind if it was an arrogance, because, but they literally telling you what time it is. I don't think me listening. You on a plantation. You on a plantation. You think you free, and you trying to advocate for freedom or movements of freedom when you on a plantation. You can't be free on a plantation. You got to get off the plantation. You either going to burn the plantation down and then leave, or just leave. But you can't stay on the plantation asking master to give you freedom. The price it comes, man, you may not want to pay. If you got to pay anyhow, since they joined the Baptists, right? You might as well take it by force here. Bottom line. Having said that, let me drop a tune, man. Saying positive though, because I don't want anybody to think I hear promoting or exciting a riot. Not promoting or exciting a riot. I'm trying to find. Okay, I'm gonna use this one so you can find a tune here, so man. Well, let me see what time it is. Give one more, man. Just one more. Remember what I told you all just now, right? The spirit don't ever let us down. Y'all know that. So I want to play something for y'all right quick, real quick. Oh, y'all pay attention to this, huh? In fact, should I play the whole thing? Okay. And play the whole thing.
On October 3rd, we notified you that an unauthorized party had accessed the Barbados Revenue Authority vehicle registration database, and that this breach had been reported by the BRA to the Data Protection Commissioner. In response to this, and starting at the time we became aware of the incident, we stood up an incident response team drawn from our National Cybersecurity Unit, co-led by the Barbados Defence Force Cyber Unit, and drawn also from local and international cybersecurity experts. The incident response team has done significant work to contain the incident, while also strengthening the security of the BRA's existing infrastructure. I want to introduce you now to Lieutenant Commander Neil Matthews, head of the BDF Cyber Unit and our incident manager on this issue. Lieutenant Commander Matthews and several of his team members have been working with me at the Ministry of Technology for some time on our overall cybersecurity efforts, which this incident and previous ones have shown us that we quite frankly need to fast track. I'll ask Commander Matthews to say a bit about the efforts that we've undertaken to analyze the incident and to harden the associated systems.
Thank you, Minister. Since the last update, a more thorough assessment of the root cause of this incident has been undertaken, and we're working.
Let me just give me 1 second. Let me adjust this because I did realize it. Let me go back here so that Mr. Cyber Unit guy could have his moment on politically incorrectly. I want y'all to, in fact, I'm gonna give you all the link as well so y'all could follow this at your own pace.
Harden the associated systems.
Thank you, Minister. Since the last update, a more thorough assessment of the root cause of this incident has been undertaken, and we're working with the appropriate local and international law enforcement channels in line with international best practice and local law. The forensic team looked at how the system was breached, confirmed the contents of the files involved, and they've undertaken a comprehensive review of the content of those files to determine what, if any, personal information they contain. We have been on the ground working alongside the BRA to take steps that further reduce the risk of this type of incident occurring in the future, including reviewing and monitoring the authority's technical security measures and increasing awareness of the practices that should be undertaken at the level of systems and people using them to protect those systems and the information they contain. That is in the short term, and this is with respect to the incident and the BRA. On a parallel track, the ministry has identified all the critical infrastructure agencies, and we've begun an audit of all government systems to update the existing risk register of those critical agencies and others, and are rolling out measures to protect the country's assets and people's information.
So in other words, we've done the immediate containment, we've hardened BRA's systems, and we're systematically taking steps to speed up our hardening and cyber resilience across government. Now to the next steps as we move to close this incident. We have no reason to believe that any information from this breach has so far been used to commit fraud or other harmful activities. Much of the information breached was the kind of administrative documentation that is reasonably low risk, but some of the information carries personal identifying data. For this reason, out of an abundance of caution, and to help the affected individuals identified to mitigate the potential impact of this incident, the BRA will contact those individuals and offer credit monitoring services for an agreed period to help them track whether their information is showing up in any online environment in any ways that they did not authorize. This is a pretty standard service that some people opt to use just as a matter of course, even when their data has not been involved in a breach. Such is the world in which we live today, where constant vigilance is necessary in a digital environment, just as we are cautious by locking our doors and warning our families about those that might do us harm. The BRA will also reshare helpline information to reach their data privacy officials in case anyone has questions. This cybercrime, while regrettable, further underscores the necessity of the government of Barbados' ongoing efforts to systematically mature the overall cyber resilience of the public sector and all critical infrastructure by implementing appropriate safeguards across ministries, statutory corporations, and other state-owned enterprises. But it also reminds us of the measures we must take every day at an individual level to keep our sensitive information secure. Things like not clicking on links sent by people you don't know, or with language that seems strange or unfamiliar, and like using common measures like two-factor authentication for your email and for your social media. We're going to be sharing these kinds of reminders from time to time because ultimately, these are the kinds of steps that keep us all safe. To that end, government will also be undertaking a national cyber and information security awareness program, not just across government, but for all citizens. We value the trust you place in us to protect your privacy, and we take seriously our responsibility to safeguard your personal information. We are committed to ensuring continued transparency in a way that maintains the integrity of this investigation and of our overall national security resilience, and in a way that continues to build trust among Barbadians and those with whom we interact.
Okay. Right. Pedro said, keep out of Russia and Israel business. I can't say a word on this. I don't even know what to say on this, family, because the only thing that I heard just now was that, you know, we have recognized there was a breach. We are going to put measures in place to stop the breach and ensure that the breach doesn't get breached again. However, some of you might be affected by the breach. So we'd like your permission to basically monitor your financial aspect of things. But wait a minute. How come the financial part? I mean, I'm banking. I thought it was a government thing that got tapped into. So how comes they want to monitor in case there's any activity online, you know, like you ain't authorized purchasing power? I ain't got somebody make it make sense, man. I ain't understand that one. No, I ain't touching it. I don't have a clue what they just said other than they looking this. I don't know, man. Look here, family. If somebody has any idea what they just said, please put a comment, update, correct me, put me on point, because somebody make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. I'm sure they're working towards a safer Barbados. I ain't sure we're getting on with this right here. Like I said from the inception, I don't know. This one here, rough. It rough to all. Rough to all. My thing is, what you can say at this point, right? Somebody, man, make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. Welcome to the New Barbados family, where we are apparently on the siege in more ways than we know it. We gonna figure something out, man. We will figure something out. We'll figure something out. I'm just going to. I might just throw in some my what's her name. Yeah, I can drop the Risa Garns, man, because I know that this is kind of. Energy we're doing up.
Imagine this world without the money. Nothing to buy or sell. Just sky above and earth below us. No heaven or no hell. No division through religion, no distinction by the color of your skin. Can you imagine? Imagine this world were a better place. Imagine I am you and you are me. Imagine there's no class, no color, creed, no race. We're all the same. Take a look and see. Imagine this world without the nations. No borders or no lines. No need for guns, no ammunition. No need to take so many lives. No deception through corruption, no destruction, no fight to lose, no win. Can you imagine? Oh, imagine this world were a better place.
Just imagine, family.
Imagine I am you and you are me. Imagine there's no class, no color, creed, no race. We're all the same. Take a look and see. Oh, imagine there is no more reason for the wars. Peace and safety like never seen before. No more pain, no more hurt, and no more scars. Oh, the love that we could ask for, nothing more. Imagine this world were a better place.
Just imagine it, family.
Imagine I am you and you are me. Imagine there's no class, no color, creed, no race. We're all the same. Take a look and see.
Yes, just imagine, family. Take a look and see. We got to get on that level, family, where we start to deal with this thing consciously on a whole spiritual level. Because in reality, we ain't wrestling against no flesh and blood here. Get to know yourself, family. Be upful, joyful, cheerful. Yeah. Know thyself. Know thyself. It is a must. We're going to connect, family. See you on the other side of the weekend.